Rightio guys, so episode 2 of the Build, Develop and Activate podcast. We've got one of our main men here, Benny, with us, project manager. So we're going to be having a good chat.
Sweet.
Ben.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Good. How's your week been, bro?
Good. Bit full on last week before 2 months off. Just wrapping up budget renovation and just trying to get things scheduled in to make it easy here now.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
Fucking way to kick off before your holiday day.
That's it. Not long now.
Talk some shit.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Flying into Paris. We go to Belgium, England, Spain, Portugal, south of France, Malta, homeland, Greece, Croatia, Albania, and Amsterdam to finish off.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Anyone else going with you?
Yeah, one of my mates met me over there 3 days in. So
Beauty.
3 days by myself to start off, and then one of the boys come over. So.
Yeah, don't play up too much.
No,
Let him come back.
Yeah.
Actually come back, please.
I'll be back.
We're missing you.
Yeah. Well, let's kick it off with a bit of a introduction to Benny. So, where did it all start for you in construction?
In construction, would have been about maybe 16, maybe 15. Started doing my electrical.
Serious?
Yeah, it was a sparky to start off, and did that for about a year. So didn't really like. Well, the work was alright. TAFE was pretty hard, but it was just pretty bad culture. All in all, with the boys I was working with, so left that pretty quickly and went back to Macca's. And then got into carpentry, because my brother was a carpenter, so yeah, got into it there and had a look back.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Beauty.
When you say bad culture, what do you mean by that?
Oh mate, I was bullied pretty bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was shocking. So 15 years ago, I reckon it was, to now, I reckon it's changed massively.
Yep.
But yeah, you're just at the bottom of the barrel and you're just getting the shit kicked out of you all day. Tools going missing, it's your fault, and I was doing everything I could as well. I wasn't being slack. I was working hard. I was just confident.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really can turn a kid off, I reckon, by shit culture.
Yeah, well, absolutely. We touched on in our first episode about what we find in a good apprentice and whatnot, but there is also two sides. Like, you got to have that good culture, and good boss also.
It's a fine line, I think.
Yeah.
You still got to be direct, and they've still not got to be scared of you, but they've got to be, they can't stuff around.
Yeah.
Like there's a job that needs to be done, and if you do something wrong, you need to know about it, but there's a fine line with giving it to them too much, you know what I mean? They're only learning as well, and I think anyone that works under me knows they're sweet, because I will never do what happened to me.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's so cruel to do to a young kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's also just, it's fucking sad because we've got fucking a lack of trades already.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's been in the culture for so long.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
the apprentice is literally the dirt bag of
Yeah.
the road,
Yeah.
and they get treated like it, which, like, in all reality is, you're hurting yourself when you do that anyways.
Yeah.
If you're a builder or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're going to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
And they're missing out on all that potential.
Exactly.
Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's the way I was looking at it, I was getting paid, I think, maybe $7 an hour, absolutely copping it every day.
Yep.
Just like driving to work and just thinking, what can I fucking do here to not go to work? It's how much I hated it. Like, it's almost crying in the mornings. Like, it was horrible. To then going back to Macca's, working 10 less hours, getting paid probably double. Why would kids want to like go to work, be trading? Like it's shocking. But yeah, there is a bigger picture when you get through it.
That's the other side of it. Is like, obviously that was a pretty extreme example, but being in your apprenticeship can be hard for the first, especially probably 2 years, because you're learning so many skills. You screw up so many times. You feel like a dumb mofo. Like you do feel stupid for the first 2 years generally. But if you come in with a good attitude, and good work ethic, and get through it.
Well, they're actually also a reflection of your boss and yourself as well.
Exactly.
If you put the time into them, actually teach them, build that culture around them, include them, you're going to get yourself a really good apprentice. It is a reflection of the boss, and there are a lot of apprentices moving around, trying to find their right boss and whatnot. So it's all kudos to them. They need to find where they're happy to finish their apprenticeship.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like my brother's probably a bit too hard. He was with me as well. Not bad, but if you fucked up, he'll let you know about it. But on the other hand, when you did something good, he'd ride you, he'd let you know about that as well. So he went through the same thing as well. He copped it from his first boss. So I think anyone working under him, they might be a bit too scared. Because he probably crosses that fine line just a little bit. But he makes up for it when you do something good. Like he genuinely cares about how you're going and how, like what you're doing. So
tell us about, I guess you're from Western Sydney, but tell us a bit about like background of your family and what I guess drew you into getting into a trade or going the traditional route.
I do think about that sometimes, like why I did. It would definitely be my brother. My old man's a truck driver. Never really got into that. Just my brother just jumped into a trade. I kind of think back, I'm like, why didn't I do something like go the office way or something like that? But I think it would definitely be my brother jumping into trade. I think back and I think of all these, like my girlfriend's job, I think of other people's jobs that aren't trades, and I'm just like, how did you get it was just always at school, I was just like, I'm going to be trading. And I just don't know why I was thinking like that, but
it's funny you say that though, because I feel like a lot of people that are in trades, like you're in school and you're just like, I'm going to be a trader. I don't care. I reckon that was the same with you as well.
It was the only thing I really thought of.
Well, with your old man being a builder as well. I mean, that kind of falls into your lap. But I think it's paid off massively. I'm so glad I did it because, I can do so many things around the house. You've always got this to fall back on. Like, it's shit work sometimes. It's hard work. But I can go try whatever I want now. And if it doesn't work out, put the fucking nail back on. Simple as that. And just, I'd rather do it than go, so say, our job before in the office. If we started doing that, and then now at this age of 29, I was like, no, I want to jump on the tools. Then I got to jump on the tools and be a mature age apprentice on 20, 25 an hour, whatever it is. It just doesn't work out the same, where we can kind of go into another job with all the knowledge we have and then learn the computer side of things, which I think would be a lot easier. Because experience on site, like we probably know more than most.
Yeah.
And with the problem solving,
Yeah.
I don't think people understand like how much thought.
Yeah.
Like there's some mornings where I'm at work and it's 10 o'clock and I'm like, fuck, I've done nothing. But everyone's calling me, I'm trying to work out something. Then, you know, one of the boys comes up, what do you want to do here? You got to work that out, then you got to order something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, like I feel like someone, as a normal person, their head would just explode.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't, and you think like, I sometimes get a bit cut up because I'm like, fuck, I've done nothing, but like, in reality I've done so much.
Yeah.
And it just, it really shocks you.
It's all the background stuff.
Yeah.
That,
Oh, man.
the average Joe Blow literally have no idea about
but it
how
needs
much
to happen.
thought goes into
Yeah.
the project. Right?
Exactly. Because you got to think.
From start to finish,
You gotta
you're
think
thinking at
3 weeks
6 o'clock
ahead.
in the morning
Yeah.
to 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You're thinking about it.
I know. What I do today, 3 weeks ahead, I need to know what I'm doing there to determine what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Mate, like, going to sleep at night, I'm thinking, fuck, tomorrow, what do I do? How do I do this? Well, sometimes I'm laying there, my girlfriend's like, what the fuck are you thinking about? And I was just like, honestly. And then first thing when I wake up in the morning, work.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish I could just switch off. I've kind of learned now to come home and just try switch off from it. But before it was bred into me, work.
Yeah.
And like, that's why I care so much, and probably a little bit too much where it kind of takes over when I'm at home.
Yeah.
But now I'm learning just to settle down, just do what you can, you work hours, and come home, sort it out the next day, don't take it home.
Yeah.
That's a massive thing, like, I think, you know, like I get all consumed by work, and I don't know, like, sometimes as a business owner, you have to do it, like,
Absolutely.
you've got to have periods or even months, like, where you're just grinding fucking 12, 14-hour days.
I think the 3 a.m. WhatsApp messages really back that statement up there.
But I'm the same way, like, I cannot switch off, like, I'll have just so many things going through my brain.
Yeah.
And like with construction, there's so many different elements.
So many moving parts.
Yeah.
People don't understand. It's just like, oh, it's simple, we'll just do this. It's like, no, like, we've got to negotiate this, like, it's, and massive amount of life skills in it.
Yeah.
Like, you think of what you're doing now as PM, like you're doing customer service, like, you know, customer service, fucking client relations, as well as, you know, ordering materials like procurement, mentoring, mentoring guys on site.
And then making sure everything was everything else as well.
And like your I guess passion for it has shown.
Yeah.
Like the feedback that we get from clients.
Yeah.
Like
It makes
you
it all
can just
worth
see
it.
it. Yeah. And it does. It makes, like, when you get that feedback from a client, you're like, oh, fucking thank you.
Yeah, I know. It's because some days it is tough.
Yeah.
And you think, like, what am I doing? Like, am I really, is this what I'm meant to do?
Yeah.
And then, you know, when I get that feedback from Parisian, when I get it from the bedroom renovation, they want me to do their bathroom renos, and I'm just like, they must like really like think I'm good. Like, but some days it's like I'll fuck up on something, which is bound to happen.
Always.
And then I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, am I really? But just in reality, like, it's, you look at it from the bigger picture and you're like, you're doing a lot.
Doing alright.
Yeah. And then when someone says something like that, like, I'm just like, yeah, it's what I'm meant to do.
I think the other part of it is like, I can see that you set such high expectations for yourself, and I do the same thing. And it's like, you do something wrong and you're like, I've fucked this so bad. Like, and then, because that's you comparing to what your expectations are. Whereas, like, if you actually think about, you hear so many stories of people being like, my was just not calling me back, or like
Yep.
he's fucked something and he's done a runner.
Yep.
It's like we know 100% that that's never ever going to happen.
No.
What we're worried about is like, oh, maybe we've missed a material delivery or something. But that's like been communicated, and it's like, yeah, it's self-expectation, but it's also such a good attitude to have.
Yeah.
To continue learning.
Exactly. Actually caring as well, because
Yeah.
if you don't care, like that's where you fall behind. Like,
Care and pride.
yeah, exactly.
Put your heart on the line.
Yeah, but
Every
there's
project.
just, I think self-belief, I've been trying to work on it a bit more. Confidence as well.
Yeah.
Backing yourself. So I never really used to, and like just the self-belief. Like I wish I had more of it, but I am working on it. But there's just so much to learn. Like
Yeah,
so
that's
much to
it.
juggle as well.
Certainly threw you in the deep end.
Yeah.
A little bit extra.
But that's what I need. That's what you need.
Upskilling.
Yeah.
You're adapting.
Yeah.
You're interested.
Yeah.
It's what you need to grow.
Exactly. Because you're
Learn
not going
more
to grow
skills.
just doing
No.
just chip rocking every day or whatever, just doing the same thing every day. I know that, and you got to learn from your mistakes, and hopefully the mistakes aren't too big, but which they haven't been. You know, they're little ones here and there, and you're bound to miss something. You're bound to fuck something up.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Outside of work, like obviously with that work-life balance, how do you, I guess, or like what are your interests, or like what gets you going outside of work?
Yeah, so as soon as I finish, I need to do some form of exercise.
Yep.
Get to the gym. Even when I don't want to go, I've found that's when I have your best sessions.
Yep.
I go there, I've got my two housemates will usually be there.
Yep.
One of my other good mates will be there, and it's just, you see all these people and you move, you're getting the body moving, it feels so good. Yeah, gym, I always feel so much better. I feel like that's the start of me switching off.
Yeah.
Golf,
Yeah.
not very good at it.
Oh, great.
I was saying this week.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but what are the interests? Probably, I love my cafe, I love my coffee.
Yeah.
Love cafe hopping, I love finding new cafes. I think it comes with age.
Yeah.
Get the days now.
Yeah, a little bit of West Sydney.
Just the food. I'm a bit of a foodie now. I love just nice restaurants. Like spending time finding nice places to eat. That's apart from that.
Simple life.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go on the beach, going for a
Yeah.
swim. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And I think I definitely find the same way. Like, if I go to the gym after work,
Yep.
I'm clocked out from
Yeah.
home.
Yep.
But if I don't go to the gym, I'm fucking,
You're gone.
Dialed.
It's
Yeah.
just like, it's a zone where you can get out, you're not thinking about anything else, you're just fucking pushing heavy weight,
Yep.
and that's all you care about.
Yeah. It's so much harder to get home and then while you're doing nothing, switch off.
Yeah.
Because when you're at the gym, I'm not thinking about work.
Yeah.
I completely switch off.
Yep.
And then got people there to talk to. But yeah, if you go home and you're by yourself or whatever, it's a lot harder, I think, to switch off.
Yeah, a lot harder to fucking tune out when you're sitting in front of a TV than
Exactly.
it is pulling away.
Yeah.
And actually, that's like, I reckon that's really good advice for younger guys coming into the trade.
Yep.
Just find something that's physical outside of the physical work that you do day to day.
Yep.
Not necessarily for like the physical aspect,
Yep.
for the mental, fortitude that it gives you.
100%.
I find it majorly beneficial.
Yeah, I know. I think people, if people are struggling, first thing I'd say is just get to the gym. Just get outside, go for a walk, anything.
Yeah.
It's so good for you. It makes you feel amazing.
Back on the subject of work and I guess carpentry, when did you start seeing that transition from just doing your job as a carpenter into more of like a management or project management kind of role?
Yeah, probably when I moved up here.
Yep.
So even back in Sydney, I was kind of doing the same thing, but it was overlooked heavily by my mate who was the boss and my brother.
Yep.
So I probably took more of a backseat down there because they oversaw everything. Which up here I was just like I don't have them anymore to rely on,
Yep.
and I've just got to do it all myself. And not really do it myself, but like it's up to me. I don't have anyone to rely on to fall back on here.
Yeah.
Like obviously got like you two, but you two are more like you go do it.
Yeah.
We trust you, but I think that was huge in transitioning to that role.
Yep. Obviously you've worked a few different jobs and whatnot while you've been up here. What do you think, like, in terms of skill set and experience, what do you think's been the most helpful for you in terms of that management, project management?
I think communication
Yep.
is huge, just with everyone.
Yep.
So from me to you boys, me to the clients, me to the boys, just everyone, to the trades. I think it's the biggest part
100%.
because I feel like sometimes you're like, well, this is how I fall into it when I'm working. I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. Everyone should know, but they don't know.
Yeah.
And you've just got to relay it to everyone and let them know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think communication is massive. Scheduling as well.
Yeah.
Scheduling is another big one. I probably learnt a fair bit of that from our last job, which I didn't really do any before that. So yeah, that one's a big one as well.
I think one thing I noticed about you is you're very proactive. We obviously, as the business owners, most things come back to us, but what is a massive help is you'll call us and be like, hey, I've got this problem, this is the solution, you happy with it? And we're just like, yep, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing worse than like someone calling you up and being like, hey, I've got this problem, and they haven't even, the solution could be so simple,
Yeah.
and it's just like, you've then just wasted 10-15 minutes
Yeah.
where they could have sorted.
Yeah.
It's something like, it's golden as a business owner,
Yeah.
because when you're working on 15-20 things at the same time and someone just gives you a solution and it's sorted,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, thank you.
Well, yeah, it goes back to what you said before with how much shit you have going on as a business owner. All the things you've got to think of, and like with me on site, with all the things I've got to think of, me calling you and giving you another thing to think of isn't going to help.
Yeah.
So you just try and work it out, and obviously come up with a solution. 9 times out of 10 it'd be right.
Pretty well.
So
I think a lot of people think, me and Jayden as business owners, we have this sexy job where we're, just, I guess, benefiting off all your guys' hard work, but it's so fucking far.
there's a lot more to it, yeah.
Amount of afternoons that we're sitting around like going, how the fuck do we solve this problem? What do we need to do here? Trying to think 6 months ahead to make sure that all you guys are busy.
Yep.
Looking at accounts, looking at marketing, doing estimates, like fucking. Some days I'm just like, I need a break.
Drowning, yeah.
Yeah, but
For sure. Well, that's what you want to do. You want to make it as easy as you can for
Yeah.
you guys. So,
yeah.
I mean, anything we can do to take the pressure off.
Yeah, and I think like it's just the small things that like
Yeah.
make a massive difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, being proactive and right, there's a problem on site. How big is that problem? Is it a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Is it a big problem? Is it 3 silicon tubes are dried up? Do we need? Right, can that wait to the afternoon?
Yeah.
Like, does the business owner or your boss need to know about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you solve it yourself?
Yeah.
Be proactive, solve it yourself. The boss doesn't know about it till the meeting on Friday meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, being proactive and being that valuable team member,
Yeah.
that goes for absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
If everyone takes that next step, the project takes the next step.
Exactly.
Everyone's working together, teamwork.
Yeah.
It's sharing the load. It solves a lot.
Yeah.
One thing you learn very, very quickly, not even just being in business but in life, like the people around you, they're going to make you or break you.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's been a massive focus of ours, is just getting the right people on the team.
Yeah.
Because
Kind of dead weight.
you sink very fast, unfortunately.
Yeah.
One rotten apple spoils the bucket.
Yeah.
But in terms of projects that you've worked on, give us a bit of a history of, like, I know you've obviously been in facades, you mentioned that to me,
Yeah.
cladding and whatnot, but
Yeah.
what's like generally been the scope, or like, what work have you done?
So the start would have been insurance work,
Yep.
which I think teaches you a lot, rather than comparing it to, say, my brother doing his apprenticeship. He was just on job site, standing frames every day,
Yep.
not talking to anyone, not working in a house where you need to be clean. Everything needs to be as it was before you got there.
Yep.
Where, he learned a lot that I didn't learn, but say I learned a lot with communicating with clients, being clean, just fiddly shit, like, your standard frames, you can
Slap them.
slap them up,
Yeah.
you can be messy, you can be a little bit out.
Yep.
This is someone's house that's finished, it's
Yep.
got to be the finished product.
Possibly even living there as well.
They're living
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah.
they're always living there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we know by our job that we've just come out of, is
Yeah.
that no one really wants to leave their house and go into a temporary accommodation. They
Yeah.
want to stay there because
Yeah.
it's comfortable.
It's a safe spot. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, it was huge for me. Like, learned so much from that. And then my brother eventually come across and started doing that work with us. So he had both.
Yep.
I never went. Well, I did start. I did go stand frames for a while. Fucking hated it. It was the worst thing ever. I feel like that's one thing where I go to a job site like that, and I instantly, inside, I'm just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do it, I
Yeah.
fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I can't, I think it could be like some form of PTSD. Like, 15 years old, on work experience with my brother, fucking carrying flooring sheets. I was like, mate, these can't be lifted. There's no way. And then I'm like, how do you expect a little skinny kid to pick up this fucking flooring sheet? And again, like, I was working at Macca's at the time, and I was like, fucking working at Macca's.
A lot easier.
So much more money. It's a lot easier, making more money, talking to the girls at the front.
Yeah.
And here I am on a fucking dusty old job site, fucking no one around, cold or hot, and
Feeling like aching head to toe.
Yeah.
Really.
It was just, it was so hard, but I think that's why I'm so good at gyprocking and setting. It's because I was learning on setting walls that had already been set, and I had to marry into them.
Yeah.
Where when you do new gyprock, you've got a recessed joint that you can set, and everything's so much easier from scratch. I learned the hard way first, so I was never setting like sheet on sheet. It was always a sheet on a wall like this. You know what I mean? That was flood damage, and I had to cut half down, and I had to blend this section in. Like, learning on that is so much easier. Well, not easier, but it was at the time in the long run.
that's obviously, we've shared a few of the hard things about being in trade, but like, what are some of the moments where you're just like, fuck, I love this job?
Probably getting accolades from your boss.
Yep.
You know, there was a few times there where it'd be about 2 o'clock, I'd have 3 hours of work left or something. Well, I think me and my brother will work. It was about 2 hours, about an hour and a half away from our house, and we're just like, in our heads, we're getting paid, you know, hourly. We can finish at 3 if we want. And I think we ended up staying up there till about 5, 6 o'clock. We got it done, and then our boss at the time, he just called and was like, you know, how'd your boys go today? And I said, oh, we just stayed back to get it done today, so we have to come tomorrow. And I don't think he had anyone do that for him before. He was like fucking stoked. I think he gave me a pay rise there on the spot. And just having that, like getting accolades from your boss or getting a pat on the back, like it's huge. That's what I'm saying. If someone deserves it, I'll give it to them. You know, because they need to know, but like, because these are the things that, you know, like make you feel so good.
100%.
And they keep you going some days, because, you know, imagine I did that and I just got, oh yeah, you're here tomorrow, and just did it. He was like fucking stoked on the phone. He was so happy. Where, you know, some of the boys that worked with us, like Levi, you know, with how hard he works, and it was just expected of him from his old boss. Now when he does something good or he stays back, well, he said to me a couple of times, let's just stay back and get it done. It's what you want to hear from a kid. You know?
100%.
Yeah, and it's a great attitude to have. Because
It's
like, you know, we don't, like, you guys, like, you owe us nothing. Like, simple as that. Like, we could just do our 8 hours a day and that's it. Like, some people have that mentality, but we all help each other out. We all win at the end of the day.
100%.
You guys are winning, you guys are happy. Makes our life so much easier.
Exactly.
So people don't understand. It's like, and I think that's what comes into us being mates instead of being your bosses. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's huge, because there's still that relationship there, and there's not that I'm your boss. And I don't get that. I don't get those vibes, you know, where if it's your boss, you go the extra mile for him. If he doesn't really, I don't know, speak to you like a mate, you just, you know, am I going to stay back for that? Am I going to go the extra mile? Am I going to work Saturday, work afternoons? So I'm probably not going to do that.
Well, that's it. You just scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Exactly.
It's just a simple thing about it.
But that's just what, you know,
it's both ways.
what mates do.
Tango.
Exactly.
Obviously you're going all over on this holiday, you lucky bastard, but over the next 6 to 12 months, like, what do you see as some key next steps for yourself, or like personally, work-wise, whatever?
Life as well.
Life. Mate, I want to knuckle down. I just want to be better all the time. I had a chat to a mate, just about never being content, and he's like, "Fuck, you need to take a step back, like just like relax." He's like, "It's so good that you're always chasing more, but I feel like it's just what I'm always doing. Like I always want more, and I'm never happy with what I've got." It's pretty bad for your mental health sometimes,
100%.
but I can't just sit there and just be like, I'm happy. Like I always want to go that bit more, you know. But I think the next 6 to 12 months, I think the past 10 years, I think I've worked like pretty fucking hard. I always got told I was going to burn myself out, and I feel like I did a little bit. Like me and my brother doing massive hours, huge during the week. We'll work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nights, sleeping in our cars, you know, going to work, going to trade the next day. this is the time we're working on the Sydney Light Rail, so like we're doing night shift, going into day shift. Like it was brutal.
Yeah.
My brother was having a shower at like the beach showers, like in the middle of winter. I'm laying there like stink and sweat. I'm looking at him, I'm like, it's like fucking 3 or 4 in the morning, right, in Manly, and he's like, I've got to have a shower. And I'm just like, it's like the middle of winter, I'm like, fuck that. I'll live in my own fucking filth. I'm not getting out there in the shower. But again, it's paid off massively. You know, I've always had like a nice car. I've always had, you know, I had jet skis in Sydney. Bought a house because I always just wanted that more, like that little bit more. In saying that, the next 6 to 12 months, I feel like when I moved up here, I was like, there's so much more to life, and me working 6 days was normal.
Yep.
When I moved up here, it's not fucking very normal.
No, not at all.
But I love working Saturdays. I love working Saturday mornings. I just feel, now that I haven't been working Saturdays recently, I've realised like this is nice, but I don't know, I feel like I want to take a step back in a way and only do 5 days, but at the same time, like my girlfriend's just got a new job, and then she's working for her old man as well, and she's like, she was juggling 2 jobs at a time, and she's like, now I've got a new job, I won't be able to. And then she said, I'm going to have to do Arvos and Saturdays, and I was just like, that's perfect. Yeah. Because, you know, that if you're going to be doing that, then I can focus more. I don't want to come home and, you know, come home to nothing. You hustle, do that, even Saturdays. Her saying that has just sparked me again.
It's like a sense of, not freedom, but like, you know, it's like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Exactly, because her being at home, I'm just like, I want to go home, and then, but I'll go home and I'll spend time with her, but if she's not going to be there, if she's going to be working, I may as well work. Saturdays, I'd love to work 4 or 5 hours in the morning. Just sets me up perfectly. You know, just get like, knowing that no one's at work, I feel like I can get so much more done. It's just a good feeling. I don't know, nostalgia, it takes me back to working in Sydney with my brother on a Saturday. It just makes me so happy. It's just, everyone just thinks, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, relax, sleep in on Saturday. And I'm just like, no, I can't. I love it. But next 6 to 8 months, I reckon just knuckle down. I want to get back from Europe. I just want to be better in all aspects. I want to obviously be better in the office. But just continue to grow. I don't want to stop. I want to learn more. In saying that, I want to try and focus on a couple of things. Say maybe 3 things I really want to focus on work-wise and get really good at that. Maybe instead of, you know, trying to do too much. I really want to take a step back from that, because I feel like sometimes you try to do a bit too much and it's just, it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out in the long run. You're better off just paying someone to do it and paying them a little bit more to get the better finish, better product, rather than me just being like, no, I think I can do this. I think that's probably, trying to, go away from that as well. I think we'll work it out, but just focusing on that, being a better mentor for the boys around me as well. Just getting better.
On the because it is pretty big these days, like on mental health. Obviously you've mentioned exercise, but I'd love to know, because I resonated with so much you just said then. Like, I view Saturdays as like my opportunity to overtake everyone else, because they're doing fun shit and I'm working. And also that thing of like always wanting more, never being satisfied. It's like, it's actually a killer at times, because you're like, in reality, if you take a step back and look at it, you're like, holy fuck, I have a lot. But in the moment, you're like,
I'm a failure.
yeah, I'm a failure. I'm not, and it's because your expectations are fucking to the moon.
Yeah.
And in all reality, if you were to compare yourself to the average person,
Yeah.
you're miles ahead.
I know.
And it gets you, like, I find it for myself, like, it gets me down sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, like, I just feel miserable. And then
Yeah.
I take 5 minutes to think about it. I'm like, I'm 24.
I know.
And I've got all this shit right in my life. Sure, and everyone has shit situations in their life that they've got to deal with, but having a big thing of, like, I've found helpful is having a business, but also having a fucking decent set of mates.
Yep.
Like you, Jayden, fucking all the guys. I can see our whole team is just a bunch of really fucking good people.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
it's a killer.
Yeah.
It's I voice it sometimes, and I'm laying there and I'll just be like, I'm so fucking shit. Like you have a bad day and I'm just like, I've like failed. Like, what am I? I'm almost 30, and I'm like, and then I'll say it to someone. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they tell you like what you had, and then I'm just like, oh yeah. But then it comes back to like the clients will tell you like how good you are at your job, and then it's just like, oh, it's relief.
Yeah.
But it's
it's funny though, because
that driver that we've got.
It's like even sometimes, like in the moment you get praise and you be like, fuck, that feels good.
Yeah.
Matter of minutes, you're back to being like, fuck.
Oh mate, I want to work on it so bad, and I really do think I need to go talk to someone, because I want to fucking enjoy life. Like, I'm sick of being like this, and I know it's good in a way, but fuck, we need to switch off, because it's not healthy, and I need to take a moment to realise, fuck, I do have a bit, and you know, like you boys being so young, running a business, all of us moving up here, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many fucking people that stay in their hometown that fucking probably still live at home, you know what I mean? Almost 30, never travelled, got a shit car, don't have a house. In debt. When someone says they're in debt, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, no, but seriously, it baffles me. Like, it was bred into me, you're never getting a loan for anything. You want a car? Fucking work hard for it.
Exactly.
And, you know, I've got obviously home loan. Don't have a spare fucking mil on me. But never was, and I guess that's, got to give praise to my parents for that, because the way they brought me up, the advice I was given, you know what I mean? At the time I was like, no, I'm going to get a fucking loan, I want a BMW as a 17, 18 year old. But then my old man would be like, you're a fucking idiot. How about you get something that's suitable for your like work? And it's sad because a lot of people don't have that, don't have their parents to give them advice, and you know, I'm so grateful that I did have some good parents.
If you don't have the money for it, don't buy it. All this afterpay and all that stuff, that's actually a huge killer to someone's future. It could be if for people that manage it well. It's probably a good tool for them. But for the average Joe Blow that splurges and doesn't have the money there to cover it, like it's a killer. It's terrible.
And you're not going to get anywhere working for 40 hours a week. Like,
gotta put in.
Like, fair enough if you've got like a, you know, you've actually listened in school. I don't know if any of us did, but
you're like a doctor at 24.
Me, that probably not. But you know, there are some people that go to uni and then actually do something with it. Most of my mates went to uni and they fucking did nothing. Probably tradies now, you know what I mean? They wasted fucking 5 years. In that 5 years, I'm killing it. But yeah, I think it's just
For younger guys, I definitely think like 2 bits of advice. Work your fucking ass.
yeah,
The money you spend when, like, believe it or not, like the money you spend when you're 17, 18, 19, do it poorly, you're fucked in your 20s.
exactly.
Do it right,
Set yourself up.
mid to late 20s, you're going to be like, fuck, I'm thankful I didn't go and fucking buy Beamers and
Yep.
all the shit that looks great on the outside. You look like a kid
Good on the green.
But yeah, like just live within, like, you don't have to be a fucking millionaire at 18
No.
or look like you're something.
Yeah.
Because it's, you give it, 5-10 years, you'll be paying yourself back. Like,
Working towards something. Like
Yeah.
when did you buy your first property?
20.
20? Yeah, I was 20, bought my block and then built a house as well.
Yeah. So about 21, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And biggest, best thing I've done today.
Oh mate.
It's
100%.
set me up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are the same. Like
100%.
it's stepping stones. We all know real estate,
Yeah.
but you've got to be in it to win it.
And
If you're not in it, you're
And it's
gonna get left behind.
It's tough at the time because I jumped into that and the costs. I'm like,
yeah,
all the banks,
the fuck am I doing?
all the banks calling me saying,
Yeah.
"Where's my fucking money?" And
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh no." But 400, 500 grand in equity now,
yeah,
mate. Like that's when people look
It's
at me and say,
like-
"What the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about? You've
Yeah.
done like you failed."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got stuff like that, but yeah, I feel like people go one or two routes. They travel when they're younger.
Yeah.
They live it up in their early 20s. But the thought of that, my anxiety, if I did that and if I was this age and I didn't have anything but I travelled, mate, I'd be a nervous wreck.
yeah, 100%.
And now that I've got a house to always come home to. I don't have to worry about renting. I don't have to worry about
Job security.
yeah. We'll just
Still got that
your
money.
landlord being like, oh, I want to move back in.
Yeah.
You got to move out, and I've
Yeah.
got to search again. The rental crisis up here is fucking unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
When I went
prices,
when I went to rent out a side of my house, fucking 70 or 80 people messaged me
Yeah, that's
in
ridiculous.
9 hours.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I've got this for life now, and it's never going to go away. 5 minutes to the beach, everyone wants to live here. But now I can, with what I'm saying, the next 6 to 12 months, I can just take a step back. I can still work, I can work hard during my work hours, and then I'm just like, I just want to kind of switch off in the afternoons. I want to travel more. I want to enjoy these things now because, as I said earlier, I probably burnt myself out a little bit when I was younger, but really, did I burn myself out or did I set myself up?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I set myself up a lot. Now I'm just going to go and travel, go and do all these things. I've got fucking a lot more money than I would have if I was younger. And exactly, grind on when you're like early 20s, you buy a house. Mate, the shit I learned with tenants, with real estates, with insurances, body corporates, with so much of that, I had to fucking jump in the deep end. No one was there to tell me. My parents didn't have an investment property. They had a house. They could teach me some things. The others I just had to do myself. And I'm so glad I did it. I'm so happy.
Dividends.
I think, it's such a massive step, but your house price is never going to go down.
No.
If you're renting, if you've got a house yourself, you can rent out rooms, do whatever.
Yep.
And I know even for me, obviously I rent my property out, but I also know that if all turns to shit, I can sell that property and then I've got a massive, financial security, even just mental security for me.
Exactly.
It's because there's nothing worse for me stressing out about having to worry about a place to come home to.
And mate, trying to get in the housing market now, like if I went to buy my house now, 1.1, like I don't, trying to get that across the line, fuck, it'd just be so hard. And you hear so many people now, they're just like, fuck, I wish I did it 5 years ago. Because the prices are just fucking through the roof, and I'm just like, I've always wanted to have an investment property in a house I'm living in. But now I can work towards that house that I want to live in. I can buy that house with my girlfriend, and I've always got that investment property for that. I can, again, like you said, if all else fails, I can move back in there whenever I want, and I like it. It's in a good spot. I could live there. 7:16 a.m. I could live there for a while. You know what I mean? So.
Well, yeah, touching back on why we started when we did and whatnot. For people, I guess, that are 21 now, I think there's no better time than now to invest. Like, I think every 5 years ahead, we're going to be looking back and go, I wish I'd done that 5 years ago. Something might be 1.1 now. What's it going to be in... what's it gonna be like in another 5 years' time?
Exactly. They say that the best time was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. So, you're gonna look back now, and someone's gonna be like, "Fuck, I can't believe you bought that house for 1.1." You know what I mean? Where 5 years ago, I can't believe you bought it for 700. 5 years' time, fuck, it's at 1.6 now. It's fucking getting good. If they had a foot.
That's it. You got to be in it to win it. So
it's never going down. Like, I don't know what people are thinking. If they think, in 10 years, fucking how's it going to be 500 grand? Not going to happen. It'll never ever go down.
Well, if everyone can save.
If you are a young person, take opportunity. Like, I understand people being like, I want to enjoy my 20s, I want to go clubbing, I want to go travelling, I want to do this, I want to do that. So fine, like that's more than happy, that's an option for you. But it's going to be a hell of a lot harder when you've got a missus, you've got car loans, you've got credit card loans, possibly kids. Like, you're so much less. You've got so much less time to work because you are then genuinely missing out on stuff. You're missing out on seeing your family grow up. You're missing out on key moments in life. Whereas, like, from 18 to probably 25, honestly, is such an opportunity just to fucking grind. Like, don't flinch at doing fucking 80-hour weeks. Because it's that thing of like, have fun now, work for the rest of your life. Or work for 10, 15 years, enjoy the rest of it.
You got to create that. You got to want it.
And at the end of the day, like,
it's not going to come straight to you.
At the end of the day, like, money is really time. Because all you're buying with money is your time freedom. You're going to have, and the flip side of that is, you've got to put in a hell of a lot of time first to create that money to then buy your time back.
I think the quicker you work that out, like you said, clubbing, doing all this shit when you're younger, everyone's going to do it. And you have to have some sort of fun. But the quicker you work out, the quicker I switch on here, the easier it's going to be for me later. I mean, there's some blokes that are nearly fucking 30 and they're still stuck in that lifestyle. And they're going to find out the hard way, seriously. It's baffling to me to think about some people, like their train of thought. I'd love to be in their head.
What we touch on that too is Like, what were you taught at school? I know this is going to be pretty controversial. I was taught at school that you pretty well have to go to uni to be successful.
100%.
And I could not disagree more. I don't think I would be anywhere near where I am today without my trade and grinding and working hard. Like,
Nowhere offers.
nothing offers
No.
what a trade does.
Like, overtime, like you look at our past job, they didn't want you to stay back. They didn't want to pay it. In trade, like, sometimes you need to, and sometimes it's always there, and you can count on that. And I know exactly what you mean. Like, school was just, fuck, it was a waste. Like, like, for some people maybe not, but mate, I wish I could have dropped out in year 7, year 8, and got into it. I think this is a funny story. So my PE teacher, he was asking what everyone wants to do, and I was like, I think I was in year 8, year 9, and he said, what do you want to do? And I was like, oh, I want to be a trader. And like a few of the boys like laughing. He's like, what are you laughing at? He's like, you boys are going to go to uni. You're going to be at uni for 5 years. In 5 years, Ben's already dropped out in year 10. He's 3 years into his trade. He's making decent money. You're still at uni working part-time. You're still got to get a job after uni, which isn't 100%. He's like, Ben's going to be on fucking great money by then. It's the way, like, it's the choices that people make in life, what route they want to go. And I actually saw him at a wedding a couple of years ago and told him like what I'd done, what I've got, and he's like, mate, I always knew it was going to happen.
That's fucking, that's sick.
It was such a good feeling, and like actually having to sit down and have a chat to him about it. And the wedding I was at, the boys that were there that were laughing at me were not. They still had like decent jobs, but they went that route and they didn't. It wasn't as easy as they thought. They didn't jump out of uni into a fucking great paying job. There's so many people that go to uni and come out at the end of it and jump into a job and they're on 20, 30 grand less than us.
And they could have started that job probably without the uni degree.
Exactly right. I think people are stuck in that mindset of they need to go to uni and they need to do all these things, where in reality it's like, mate, you hear of some successful people, I was fucking rubbish at school, I didn't go to uni, and they've just jumped at something and like, really, like, what is it? Like, what's it good for?
Like, if that's what you want to do,
100%.
by all means, go for it. But I guess, what I'm kind of getting at is, I think, especially with the housing crisis and stuff like that, if schools push that option that if a kid wants to be a tradie, like, push them to be a tradie, help them what they need, like, have the schools teach more problem solving, business setup kind of skills instead of other things. Japanese.
Fuck me.
I did Japanese in year 7. I don't think I've used it before.
The school system was like set up in fucking 1940 or something, and it barely fucking changed.
So outdated.
It's just it is like just fucking useless. Like, they don't teach you basically no life skills.
No life
skills.
You jump into like fucking paying taxes, like as a business owner. I'd much rather a class where who knows whether I would listen to it, but about business, about life, about insurances. Like, mate, you jump out of this, and if you don't have your parents there who have been through it to teach you,
it's massive.
It's you're just a fucking idiot, and you got to work it out all yourself. And what do you look like? Oh, mate.
If they align and change what they're teaching a bit more into life skills, it'd be awesome. I don't know if I learned how to draft an email at school.
You know what I
learned that out of school.
I learned that in our fucking past job.
There you go.
What was 27?
Yeah, there you go. And drafting an email is a great life skill. You're gonna need it.
The way you set them out, who you send it to, they're gonna be like, he knows what he's talking about.
Not writing an essay about fucking old mate Shakespeare.
Another funny story. So I think, what's the one in year 10 that you do? It's not HSC, it's like your year 10
On
exams.
NAPLAN.
NAPLAN, mate.
Yeah.
We had to write an essay. So I wrote this essay, it was huge. And at the end of it, I'm like, fuck me, I'm a genius. Like this makes so much sense. And basically, I got the feedback from it, whatever, when it was marked. I'm honestly certain whoever marked it wrote like in red pen and said, "What are you talking about?" Like, this makes zero sense. And I was like, at that point, I was like, fuck, I'm so dumb. Just like, this is not for me. But again, in my head, I'm like, this is a man's story, it's a man's story. Oh, owns me.
What's really ironic though is, I would say in the next 5 to 10 years, lawyers, fucking, even service jobs, but a lot of like accountants, fucking, a lot of those jobs are going to be.
You're gonna start swinging.
We're going to start swinging to AI.
Yeah.
Anyway, even now, like, we fucking use legal AI, we use all sorts of different AI tools. Past, you're paying someone $1,000, now we're paying $20 a month for a subscription.
Crazy, eh?
Yep.
And to be honest, a lot of the time,
Better.
you will get better results.
Yep.
It was quite funny, we had a bit of a legal issue once, and chucked the whole situation ChatGPT and was like, review it as a lawyer, and got a full breakdown and a response, and ended up printing it out, taking it to lawyers, and they're like, "Oh, you should be a lawyer. Like, this is perfect."
Literally, they know.
It's like
crazy,
it all took me probably all of half an hour.
Yep.
Chucking the right things into AI, and it just
Yep.
pumps it all out.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you got to get with AI too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are going to get left behind. It is the future, and I guess that's where we thrive, because we've got to adapt to everything on job sites,
Yeah.
new technology, new tools, new materials.
Yeah.
We've got to adapt. So that's obviously.
But the good thing
Good
is
thing
that
for us.
you boys are young and you're willing to do that. There's fucking fossils that are stuck in their old ways and, you know, need to do everything by pen and paper still. So,
So I was going to say, to be honest, like, being such a young and in this, like, being a builder, there's so many builders who won't even know that things exist that we're trying. And I think that's what makes us different as a business, is we're like, we try new stuff all the fucking time.
yeah.
Just because, you know, we are young, we try and keep,
We're trying to be better.
stay efficient, streamline things as much as possible. And at the end of the day, it's just like us trying to provide the best fucking outcome on the projects for us as a business, you guys.
Yeah.
Our clients, number one.
Yeah, clients. But
Mate, I think it's going to pay off that you boys are really fucking having a go at it. And there's probably been situations where you could roll over and be like, fuck, this is too hard, but you know, you just pick yourself up, dust yourself off. It's hard to do, but fuck, you've just got to do it. Like, small business owner, mate, it's not easy. It's,
Not easy at all.
You absolutely cop it, and you've just got to roll the punches, just come out the other side.
it's like being project manager on steroids.
Yeah,
Like, you're problem solving
yeah,
majority of the time.
You're thinking of 15 things at once.
exactly. And at the end of the day, like, I get paid at the end of the week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You boys need to fucking chase that money
Yeah.
to pay us,
Yeah.
to pay yourselves. I guess it's the risk you take, you know what I mean? It's going to pay off in the long run for sure.
That's it.
But, yeah, not many people have the balls to do it, so
Thanks for joining us today. It's been a good chat.
no worries. Good fun.
I hope you have a good trip.
I will.
Yeah, fucking enjoy it.
Might be back soon, to be honest. Probably the viewers don't know, we did start at 6 a.m. That's why there's a few stutters in there. And